Ding, ding.
I was just there yesterday.
I do not have the sound effects loaded up, but I'll just do it myself. Ding, ding. Why were you at the Superdome?
Because I was working in New Orleans.
Oh, so that's just what you do in New Orleans?
Well, I mean, I was like right there by it. So I wasn't inside of the Superdome, but I'm right there like on Sugar Bowl Avenue or Drive or whatever it is.
Now, were you confused in that it's Super Bowl week, but you decided to go to the Superdome because it sounds similar?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, Andy. I had no idea where the Super Bowl was going to be played this year, so I was just hopeful if I was in New Orleans I would score. But no.
Fun fact, no team has ever played the Super Bowl in their home stadium. The more you know.
Well,
except
that's why.
Except the Minnesota Vikings Super Bowl 52. Hello.
Of course. Sure, we'll see that happen positively, Andy.
And the Texans in Super Bowl 51.
Yeah, okay. I'll believe it when I see it. But yeah, I mean, you can remember, what's his name? Bruce Arians going on all season about his team playing Super Bowl. Then the first team to play the Super Bowl in their home stadium. And, of course, we saw how that panned out. He jinxed them.
And they continue to play Ryan Lindley because he's stubborn.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Oh, you know what's going on right now?
What?
Oh, wait, no. I completely got that wrong. So I'm on Twitter right now, and I'm reading a tweet from the Pioneer Press. It said Cat Video Festival moves to new Saints Stadium. And they're talking about the St. Paul Saints, which is a minor league team. And I thought for a second they're talking about the Superdome, so I would have asked you about the Cat Video Festival.
Well, sadly, I would have just missed that, so that's too bad.
Even all up on that. Franchise who has won the most Super Bowls with 6 is which team?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, correct. And there are 2 teams that each have 5. What teams are they?
Oh, my gosh. Okay, San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Patriots. Tell me.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas. Nice.
Sass. 2 teams are 0-4 in the Super Bowl. What teams are they?
0-4 sucks. The Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you tell us who the other team is, Andy?
The Minnesota Vikings. Which team has the most losses in Super Bowl history?
The most losses in Super Bowl history.
With 5.
Oh, goodness gracious. So it's not the Bills. It should be the Bills, but it's not the Bills. I don't know. You tell me.
The Denver Broncos.
Oh.
Because they started out 0-4, then they got 2 with Elway and Terrell Davis, and then they got shellacked last year.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep.
They're 2-5 in the Super Bowl. A largest margin of victory is what? Actually, I'll just tell you because Super Bowl 24, San Francisco beat Denver. There we go. 55-10, 45 points. Boom.
Wow. That's it. That was in what, the 80s?
Yes, it was 1980 something.
6?
Something 80. All right,
okay.
So 1990, January 1st, 1990. So the first Super Bowl of the 90s, boom. Smallest margin of victory is 3 points. I'm surprised that it hasn't been closer.
Right. You would expect in the biggest game that there would be more close games, more like 21-20 or, 35-34.
And that has happened 4 times. First one is Super Bowl 5. The Baltimore Colts beat the Dallas Cowboys 16-13. And then the next 3 were all New England involved, so maybe they got a slight edge somewhere. Super Bowl 36, Patriots over the St. Louis Rams. Great show on turf, 20-17. Brady's first. Super Bowl 39, Patriots over Carolina, 24-21. And then Super Bowl 42, Giants beat the Patriots 17-14. Tyree Bowl.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good work.
The Lombardi Trophy, named after a coach of, some loser franchise,
right.
Is made by Tiffany Company, and it is 7 pounds of sterling silver. I'm surprised it's not platinum.
Are you?
Although, they'll probably get pretty spendy.
Yeah, that would be really spendy. And imagine if something happened to that. Whoa.
Or won't they make it lead with platinum coating?
There you go.
Or
That's an idea. You should talk to people about that.
Yeah, I know. All right, so true or false? No Super Bowl has ever gone to overtime. True or false?
That one's hard. Because I didn't look this up in advance or anything. So I'm going to go with false.
It is actually true. There have been no Super Bowls that have gone to overtime. The closest one was the St. Louis Rams over the Tennessee Titans, 23-16. That actually happened today. It's the 15th anniversary of that. You remember when Kevin Dyson was on the 1-yard line? Just stretch.
Yes. Yes.
Now, were you rooting against the Titans in that game? You can be honest.
What year was that game?
2000.
I think at that point, I had turned against the Titans.
Because they stole your team, they stole your hat, and you weren't getting your own franchise for another 2 years.
I needed time to get over it. It was a very emotional time. At first, I still wanted Eddie George and Frank Wycheck and, Steve McNair to win and do well, and Jeff Fisher. But then over time, it became just the bitterness became overwhelming, and I started to hate them. So, yeah.
Jeff Fisher and his mustache. Because he started coaching his career in Houston, right?
In Houston, yep. He was a babe.
Yeah, because he was there for, I think it was a shade under 37 years, wasn't it?
37 years. Oh, when his age?
No, how many years he coached the Titans/Oilers.
37 years, I think, is a stretch.
And always going 8-8. It is great.
Always 8-8.
As the winning team of the Super Bowl, each player gets $97,000. The losers get $49,000. Boom.
I'll take it.
Teams that have never been to the Super Bowl, there are 4 of them. Claire, could you name them?
Well, I know the Texans have never been. The Browns haven't been.
Yep.
The rest are hard. The Jags ever go to the Super Bowl?
No, the Jags have not gone to the Super Bowl. 1 team left.
Oh, wow. I don't know. This is hard. My brain got tired just now.
The Detroit Lions.
Oh.
So you're kind of saying that the AFC South is the most depleted for Super Bowls and Super Bowl appearances. Is what you're trying to say.
I'm not trying to say that, but apparently it's the truth. So, whatevs.
Because the Titans have been to 1, and then the Baltimore Colts/Indianapolis Colts have been to 4.
There you go.
So it's only 5 in your division, Claire.
Well,
Not saying, I'm just saying. Although there's 2 expansion teams in there, so you got to give a little leeway.
I think so, but that's whatever. It is whatever.
And future sites of the Super Bowl, we already talked about 51s in Houston, 52s in Minneapolis. Where is Super Bowl 50, Claire?
Super Bowl 50
Biddy.
is in Biddy. That one's in California in whatever, 49ers land.
Yeah, correct. Levi's Stadium, the Field of Jeans, as it were, in Santa Clara, California, not San Francisco, because it's actually about 50 miles away from San Francisco. But that's neither here nor there. And that is Super Bowl fun facts and figures. Did you learn something?
I learn something every time you enlighten my life, Andy.
You enlighten my life. That's what I do. All right, so let's get all this nonsense out of the way. Stone cold prediction, final score, and who is your Super Bowl MVP, Claire?
Final score, I'm going 27-24. Mm-hmm. Patriots. And it's going to be boring. It's going to be Tom Brady as your MVP.
See, I'm going to spice it up.
Spice it up.
Everybody, not everybody, everybody, talking about how the Seattle defense is so great and how this Patriots defense, it's good. It's not great, but it's good. But I actually think it's going to be an offensive shootout. Give me 37-31 Patriots. And also I say 37 because there's going to be a freak safety in there somewhere. Just somewhere. Because you know that there always is going to be. Might not be in the first offensive snap of the game like last year, but it's going to be in there somewhere. And my Super Bowl MVP, they want to give it to Tom Brady, but this young man-child, Robert Gronkowski, is going to go 12 for 189 and 3 touchdowns. You can't not give it to him because I think Earl Thomas is going to be significantly hampered by that shoulder because he may be feeling good now, but one hit, even with the needle, I think Gronk gets a little loose and boom. Patriots.
All right.
4th ring.
That should be fun. That'll be fun.
And they put this whole deflate gate behind them.
Yay. I'm really tired of it.
But if they do get the opportunity, I would not be surprised if they're able to somehow blow out the Seahawks. I would not be surprised if Brady plays the whole game and Belichick is chucking it downfield the entire time until they put up 60.
That should be fun.
If Belichick had his way, he would make this 63-10 if he could. Just
I
be
would
like,
love it.
Oh, and then when they accept the Super Bowl trophy, Dan Patrick's giving them when the confetti's coming down. I was like, no, what do you think of that? Inflated balls and everything.
Good times, Belichick. Right. Surly Belichick is the best Belichick.
All right, Claire, what's your plans for watching the game? Where are you going to be watching on Sunday?
I'm being domestic. I'm going to be with my boyfriend and his kids and family, and we're going to hang out and watch the game and cook things and just be chilling. What about you?
Pretty much the same. Got invited to a couple Super Bowl parties, but probably going to just chill in and probably make some wings, make some pizza, probably some other stuff as well. What sort of food? Your boyfriend's like a chef, so does he do the cooking or do you make cocktail weenies?
Well, I make things. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to make yet because I have to be sure that it's kid friendly. Mm-hmm. Because they like McNuggets a lot, so I have to make them.
I like chicken nuggets too. I'm not gonna.
Okay, fine, but that's their preferred food, so I have to be very conscious of their taste, their little baby taste buds. But he's going to do all the meat stuff on the grill, and then I'm going to do the inside stuff. I think is how we're going to play it. So. It should be fun.
Ooh, are you going to do any of those cream cheese pinwheels?
I don't think so, no. That's not really my thing.
Is that a Midwestern thing?
I think so. I don't usually see
it's weird because you take a tortilla, or as you pronounce it down there, tortilla, and then you spread cream cheese on it, and then you can put deli meat or dried beef or pretty much anything you really want, and then roll it up and then slice it.
Oh. I think I've seen them.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know. It sounds kind of good. It could be good.
Boom. All right, Claire. Your second to last show. Is there any words of wisdom that you have for the peeps?
Well, continue to take everything that Andy says with a grain of salt, because Andy's not very good at predicting things sometimes. God love him. Bless his sweet little heart. And I don't know. That's about it.
Now, the only time you should take a grain of salt with me is when we're shooting tequila.
Oh, my. Okay.
And getting caught in the rain. All right, so Claire, next week we will wrap up the Super Bowl, but it's going to be mostly dedicated to you. So you got to be ready to talk about your deep-seated emotions and your id and your biggest secret in life. Where did you hide the bodies? Things like that. Revelations.
Therapy? I can't. Yeah, man. I'll cry. Let's not make me cry.
Oh, that's gonna be my goal. You were gonna tear up. I'm gonna talk about.
No.
I'm gonna talk about all puppies. I'm gonna talk about all Carnival cruise ships. I'm gonna talk about all clowns. All the other things that could make you possibly tear up.
Really? Why do you have to upset me?
I'm gonna talk about the time. I'm gonna talk about the time you dated a Scotch bonnet pepper, and then you got to first base, and then you were burning for a week.
No, let's not, please.
Fine. But we are out of here. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Go Patriots for both of us because the 12th man, I like Seahawks fans, but the post-2012 Seahawks fans are the worst, and so they do not deserve nice things. And that's mainly my outlook on life as a Vikings fan. I just want to make sure other teams do not have nice things. But we all. I'm Andy. She is Claire. Say goodnight, Claire.
Good night, Claire.
Enjoy the Super Bowl, everybody. We'll be back next week for Claire's finale episode, and I'm going to make her cry. That is all.
I'm going to cry.
The music was created and produced by Deeb. To hear more of his tracks, check out soundcloud.com/.